Today, Government of Odisha has published the economic survey for 2021-22 and which has also been circulated in Odisha Legislative Assembly. If we look at the different parameters in the economic survey, we would see that Odisha has grown consistently well over a long period of time. Odisha's growth has been about 9.2% in preceding 5 years, excluding the COVID years, whereas all India average growth during the same period was 6.8%. Though COVID created disruption throughout the country, throughout the world, but we have bounced back better. We have reverted to growth at a much faster rate than national average. Our advance estimate for 21-22 shows that our growth is led by industrial sector. Industrial sector grew at 14.5%, manufacturing sector grew at 14.3%, and mining sector at 18.1%. While our service sector has grown at a close to 8%, we have suffered in agricultural and allied sector in this year, principally because of 3 cyclones that hit Odisha: Yas, Gulab and Jawad, followed by 2 floods, drought in some pockets, and unseasonal rain in the month during the harvest period in the month of December associated with cyclone Jawad. So this has pulled us back, but there are strong indicators that our agricultural sector growth will also bounce back faster. Our government follows a inclusive growth policy with social equity. Employment is key enabler for equitable and inclusive growth to enhance people's income. Over the 3 successive rounds of employment survey conducted by central government between 2017-18 to 2019-20, our employment situation has shown strong improvements. Whether it is workforce participation rate, labor force participation, or overall employment rate, we are consistently improving our situation. Most of whom work in agriculture and construction sector, but of late we have started diversifying into manufacturing and service sector. We hope our Skilled in Odisha initiative led by Skill Development Mission, Odisha Livelihoods Mission, Jivika Mission, and all other and women self-help groups, our labor force participation would also be diversified into other sectors. In 2011-12, our per capita income was about rupees 48,500, which is just about 4,000 rupees per month. As of 21-22, our per capita income has grown to 1,27,383 rupees, which averages to about rupees 10,600 per month. That means it's more than 250% growth in last 10 years. And if this persists, I'm sure in next few years we will be way above the national average. Our per capita income growth is much higher than the per capita income growth that the country is witnessing. Between 2015-16 to 21-22, our per capita income grew at an annual rate of 11.6% as compared to 8% growth at all India level. Despite COVID second phase and the third phase of that Omicron phase, our per capita income in 21-22 is likely to grow by 16.8%. The per capita income disparity between Odisha and national average is closing very fast. About few years before, we were 2/3 of the country's per capita income, which is now closing down, and maybe in next 3-4 years we will be above the national average. Coming to inflation, as everybody knows, inflation is the enemy of people. It reduces the ability to earn sufficient. The economically better sections of society, while they can withstand this pressure to some extent, it adversely affects the poor people. But because of the good supply side management, we in Odisha are able to control inflation very effectively. Our inflation has been in comfortable range of 2.7% between April 21 to January 22. Uh, our rural inflation is 2.3%, which is much less than the all India average inflation rate. During the same time, the all India inflation level has been 5.3%, while in Odisha it has been 2.7%. Coming to industry sector, industry, manufacturing, and service sectors are very important for growth. We are called the mineral capital of India. It is natural that we will have large number of mineral based industries, and it is growing. We recognize the need for diversification, and of late last few years the state has taken various proactive policies to diversify our growth opportunities in more sectors than simple mineral and petrochemicals. Between 2015-16 to 21-22, in last 6 years, we have cumulatively approved 339 investment projects amounting to 8.46 lakh crore with an employment potential of about 3.5 lakh. And in last 5 years, from 13 sectors, we are now diversified into 19 sectors, and we have approved investments in 29 sectors. And when they are grounded, our employment opportunities will be more diversified, and which will help the state in absorbing any growth shock in any particular sector. So that is in that direction the state is taking several important measures. Then coming to health and social sectors, the achievements have been quite good. If you look at IMR and under 5 mortality rate, NFHS survey data of 4th round vis-a-vis 5th round, it will show that Odisha has done pretty well as compared to the previous rounds. During NFHS 4, our IMR was 40, while in NFHS 5th round it is 36. Similarly, our under 5 mortality between these two phases has reduced by 7, from 48 in 4th phase of NFHS to 41 in 5th phase. Similarly, our immunization for children aged 12 to 23 months also has shown excellent progress. Always we are ahead of the national average, even in the NFHS 4. While all India average was 62, we had 78.6% of our children immunized. In 5th round of NFHS survey, 90.5% of our 12 to 23 month children are immunized vis-a-vis national average of 76.4%. Similarly, our maternity mortality rate is reducing much faster as compared to other states, though we are still above the national average, but the rate of reduction is much faster than the national average. During 2017 to 19 SRS study, our MMR has further reduced to 136 vis-a-vis national average of 103, but the rate of reduction again is, in the case of national average, is only 10, while our rate of reduction is 14. So this also shows that the state is acting very proactively in reducing maternal mortality rate at a faster rate. Similarly, the prevalence of wasting, stunting, all these things, if we look at the data between of NFHS 4th and 5th round, both show that Odisha is a better performer as compared to national scenario. Our stunting was, even in 4th round of NFHS 4, was better than the national average. It was 34.1 in case of Odisha, while 38.4 in case of India. Our wasting was 24.4% vis-a-vis national average of 21. That means we are better off. In NFHS 5th round also, our stunting has been better at 31% vis-a-vis all India average of 36%, and wasting similarly is currently in NFHS 5 fifth round data, it is 18 vis-a-vis national average of 19. And what is more important is not only we are better than the national average, but the rate at which we are trying to reduce stunting and wasting, that is also better than the national average. Similarly, our sanitation coverage, be it drinking water, uh, it is we are doing fairly well. Our access to electricity is more than 97%, and the government is working very sincerely to see that every household gets drinking water, every household gets electricity as early as possible. Of course, we are thinking of we will be able to provide piped drinking water to each household by 2024-25. And Puri has been the first city in the country to be supplying drink from tap, potable water without any filtration, right in the tap. So we are the first city in the country. Several other parts of the state also we have started supplying uh, drinking water from the tap, direct from the tap, and we hope that pipe drinking water in urban areas this year, in this calendar year, we will be able to achieve 100%, while in rural area by 2024-25 we will be able to supply pipe drinking water to each of the households.